The number one suggestion I can say when we go into scribe is know how you're setting the boulder. Look at the boulder that you're about to set next to the scribe and give yourself a flat face. Give yourself something like look around. What area of this boulder is going to be nice and easy for me to mesh for? Because it doesn't matter if your boulder goes like this and it's perfect like that and you mesh these block into it. That's still going to look custom, right? You don't need to have some gnarly boulder where you're meshing these block into. I don't know what kind of rocks you're working with on that, but I would just find some that are nice and boxy. So when you meet them, you're meeting a flat surface or as flat as you can to do that scribe. I feel sometimes we go look at a lead and we get stuck on taking that lead. And we don't have to get stuck on taking that lead, right? The best line I heard from a guy was, we never lose sleep over a project we didn't take. And when we get into nightmares, we're going to be losing sleep. So that's all I can say is, we go look at a lead, we should be able to turn our back sometimes if we know. Well, you already said it's not outfitted for you. There needs to be someone else involved. So that's my insight there is like, geez, I don't know what to do about this one. Walk away from it sometimes, you know, and let's look at the flat one where we get to do a patio in the back. But yeah, when we're walking into these backyards to take a look at their project, we're looking at the logistics of how we're going to get our equipment back there. That's one of the things that's always on my mind. How am I going to get the logistics back there? When I start designing the project, it's going to be, where does the water go? It's almost number 2 on the list. I know you did all this, Tyler. I'm just saying, water is a big issue. Logistics are a big issue. This all comes before our design and material selection, right? It all comes before how we're going to solve this client's problem and add their outdoor living spaces, where the water is going to run, what the ground is like, what the water issues are like, and then our logistics to get into the site is my first one as I walk around the corner. So on the days that I get frustrated with how long that they're taking me, in my head, I know that the results are going to be awesome. It just seems like whenever I'm discouraged about time, kicking myself for why I designed something, I know in the back of my head what's coming. I've been on the other side of that a bunch of times. At this time in my career, I'm not going into a job that I'm not going to feel challenged on, that I'm not going to get upset with time, because that's how I keep living, right? Is just challenging myself. The next lead that comes in, I'm going to put some tight curves on there and some details on there that I know are going to even challenge me after 23 years. It just kind of gives me that energy to push through, because I know the other side is what I just showed you in that video or the final pictures. So the cool thing is, and just to inspire you guys, it's the behind the scenes footage, right? Even if it's really quick, it's what the manufacturer like to see, it's what my prospective clients like to see, and it's what other contractors like you even like to see, right? The quick hits on the processes, right? Nothing is lost in translation when I'm going to build my next project, because everyone has seen the last project I built and how things go together. So get yourself a videographer. You're not going to get one as good as Luke, but there are videographers out there that can help you put this stuff together, right? Luke was on that site 3 times. 3 times he was on that site. The rest of the times it's GoPro setup and then a live video setup, and it just takes it to the next level. Sharing your projects on social media, everyone is paying attention to, all your followers are paying attention to the progress of the project. It's something that slips my mind sometimes. You know, someone will make the comment like, I love following along. And it reminds me that, yes, people are following along on your project. So be sure to post those in process or, you know, during construction photos, because people love to see those. So I think of washed stone and 3/4 inch stone as my armor around everything. Like if I could surround my whole self with washed stone, nothing's ever going to happen to me, is how I think about life, I guess. So it's like when I'm building these walls and I fill this all with wash rock, there's no erosion and no settling, and all the water issues are out the window, like there isn't one.
Oh, so much easy. I was really overthinking it. Yeah, that's so much.
We were too.
So
Yeah,
We were
100%.
too. But the one thing that we didn't think about is that boulder, like setting the boulder